Hi, I'm Cameron from Ultimate Floor Care, and again it's Magic Oil Monday, and in Magic Oil Monday we talk about Pallmann's oil range, but today we have with us Joe, who is the Operations Manager at Art of Clean. He's a wood floor technician. He uses Pallmann's oil all the time, and today we're going to talk about Spa, Magical Spa. So Joe, what sort of questions have you got about Spa?
My first one, I guess, is where is Spa? Why Spa? What's got that name?
So Spa, Magic Oil Spa is been made for high humidity areas,
Right.
such as spas, gyms, bathing areas, where wood is, where it's got high moisture and it needs chemical
They're
resistance.
like kitchens and bathrooms and all of that kind of.
Yeah. So I know that you do a lot of worktops, don't you?
Yeah, we all our worktops, yes.
So Magical Spa has really been designed for that sort of environment and that sort of timber. It's
Right.
coming against that sort of, should we say, assault from
I see.
environment.
Can you use it in any kind of timber?
You can use it on all sorts of kinds of timber. I would say that tropical timbers you might have a challenge with, but because
Right.
it's an oiled based product, it should work with any minerals and stuff that's in the tropical timbers.
Right.
We've only been using it for a couple of years now. I wouldn't say I've used it on every type of floor, so it's just going to be a case of trial and error.
Well, fair enough. What do you think is the benefit of it then, compared with other oils? Because we use a lot of different oils in the past. There's a lot of products in the market for worktops, and they will say you can do this, you can do this.
Yeah.
How about Spa then?
So Spa's not actually made for worktops, and it's not food safe.
Right.
So it's not specifically for worktops, but it has all of the properties that an oil's going to need to be well used on a worktop, which is high resistance to moisture,
Right.
high resistance to chemical
I
wear,
see.
so which is what you'll find in a kitchen. Is high humidity. It's not going to be bomb proof, but
Fair enough.
it gives you that high resistance level where other oils, they don't need it.
Right.
Other oils need more resistance for foot traffic, where Spa still gives you that level of foot traffic, but in the hardener they've changed the chemical combination to make it high resistance to chemicals
I see.
and moisture.
So speaking of something you said about the food safe, right?
Mm.
What do you mean it's not food safe? Does it mean it can affect anything by using it on the worktop? Because I think they actually use it on toys for kids and everything, and it's actually safe for that.
Yeah, so it comes with the certification of EN 571, which it makes it child safe. So
Right.
that certification is finishes that are used on wooden kids' toys.
Yep.
So it's, you know what toddlers like, you've got a little one
Yeah,
yourself,
I do, yes.
they put everything in their mouth,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
it makes it safe that it's not going to come out of the timber and go into their mouth, and it's not going to be difficult.
Right.
Doesn't mean to drink it, it's not safe to drink,
Yeah. I
but
can
it makes
imagine
it child safe. It doesn't come with the accreditation to be food safe. That's the only thing that I would say about it, so it's not guaranteed for worktops, but if it's coming with EN 571, it's child friendly.
Which should be absolutely fine. If my kid goes and tries to bite it
Exactly.
once it's on the wood.
And
Okay.
so the straight way I can see the benefits is child safe, it's higher resistance to chemicals, high resistance to moisture, and it's actually more dirt repellent as well.
Right, that's good. Right, let me ask you then, these are obviously some questions I get from clients as well.
Mm.
Which when I go and quote for a worktop, some of the main questions I get is, how long is that going to last me? Can I shop stuff on it?
Mm.
Can I repair it? Which maintenance in it? That's pretty much the main thing the client asks. What do you think?
Well, the most difficult question there is how long it's going to last.
Right.
Because it depends on the use of the worktops.
Yep.
Worktops in general are made to be used on, but if we're going to put a wooden worktop in and we're going to use an oil, they need care, they need attention, and it depends how long you're going to use it for.
Right.
So if you go ahead and are chopping on it daily,
Yep.
it's going to wear. A bit like, I think you've said to me in the past, what you've said to other customers with their timber floors is, it's a bit like washing your car.
Yeah, I do that a lot, yeah.
So
Exactly.
do you want to explain what you usually say to customers there?
Yeah, I normally say it's like washing your car. Like, you cannot really tell your lifespan because it's like your car. If you got your car in the garage 5 days of the week and you just drive it the weekends, and then it's sunny and there's not much mud on the road, You know, we probably can go away, we drive the car, bring it back, and it's still clean.
Mm.
Obviously, if it's muddy, and if you're going to drive it every day, you probably need to clean it every day. You know, I know it's not exactly an analogy, but it's the same principle. Depends how much you're going to use it, how you're going to treat it, how you're going to maintain it.
Yeah, and if you think about it, it's a solid bit of oak, and solid oak is a hardwood, and if you're putting an oil in, you're getting that beautiful textured natural look coming up.
Yes, that's true.
But at the same time, if you're going to be assaulting it every day, you're going to want to replace that for marble. So it's really how you use it. Chopping boards, I'd always recommend using chopping boards.
Yeah.
Cleaning up spills. So it is repellent to moisture and repellent to chemical resistance.
That's it.
It's not. It's high moisture resistance, high chemical resistance. It's not bomb-proof on that.
Right.
So you've got to weigh up the pros and cons here. You want a beautiful looking timber oiled worktop, but you can't use it as if it's a solid piece of marble.
Yeah, for sure. Wood is a natural product in the end.
Yeah, exactly. But with the maintenance of it, if you weekly use Magic Oil Care to clean it, to dilute it with a bit of water, what that does is actually puts more minerals of wax in there. So the wax content that's in the oil, Magic Oil Care actually tops up that wax combination, so it's actually giving it more protection and cleaning it, making it last a bit longer.
Which very much what you're saying is, if you look after it, if you maintain it how you should maintain it, it'll last you a long lifetime.
Exactly.
Rather than you have to do it again all the time.
Yeah. So it is about how the customer looks after it. So giving the right advice of using the Pallmann's neutral cleaner, but then at least once a week using the Magic Oil Care, and the prolonged life of the floor depends on the prolonged maintenance of the worktop. Sorry, not the floor.
A lot of people as well, because there's a lot of germs, and it's all that thing. I got kids and I got pets, and it's germs on my worktops. And I'm gonna go and get some of the towels with detergents and solvents things that's gonna kill the bacteria.
And like floor wipes and Dettol.
Yeah, stuff like that. Is that safe to use it to clean?
I don't know, Joe. I don't know the answer to that question. Is it safe to use in the kitchen to just kill the bacteria? Yes.
Yeah.
Is it gonna help the life of your floor of your worktop?
Yeah,
Probably.
that's my question. Yes.
Yeah, I'd say it's not gonna help.
Right.
It has got high resistance to chemicals, so you probably could get away with it. But they always recommend to use a pH neutral cleaner, because anything high acidic or high alkaline is gonna just damage the finish to the worktop.
Now a tricky question for you.
Another one. How
can I educate my clients? Because obviously you got internet these days, and there's a lot of misinformation on internet. Which means people go to internet and they say, "Oh, I should use this and you should use that," and then obviously when I go into a quote or when I go to a job, they ask, "Oh, well, I read about this, I read about that," and how can I tell the client, "Look, this is the way you should do it," without being rude, or without telling them, all that is a lie? Because it's like I say, there's a lot of misinformation, and there's a lot of good stuff as well. But obviously sometimes people got the wrong perspective on how they should do it.
Yeah.
How can I come across and educate them the right way?
Well, all of the information is actually on Pallmann's website on how to maintain it and what the expectations are going to be at the end. But I would always recommend, as a company, you have a maintenance care guide after that you give to your clients.
Yeah.
Maybe make it specifically to worktops. So we've now finished your worktop with Magic Oil Spa. Here's how to maintain it.
Maybe a list of the products they should use.
A list of the products to use. It would be great if you had some links to Ultimate Floor Care to buy that product. But
wow, so you sell them then, do you?
we sell the maintenance products as well.
Right.
But also just keep in the customer's mind that this isn't bomb-proof. You have a wooden worktop here, and we've put a beautiful oil on it to make it look natural and get that colour really popping. We haven't put a sheet of steel over the top so you can do anything to it.
Right.
So just to keep in mind that it's a worktop, it's going to be used, it is going to wear over time, depending on how much you use it. But just keeping up with the maintenance and the cleaning, and it should last.
Right, I've got one more question then.
Go on then.
Lots of products in the market. Obviously, you got 2 component products, 1 component product, which on the 2K, which I think is the case of Spa as well, you got an hardener with it?
Yeah, it's 2K.
Right. I heard, I don't know how true this is, if you mix more hardener in it makes the product better quality, or it makes it last longer and a bit more bomb-proof, if it makes sense.
Yeah, so...
How true is that?
It's not true.
Right.
When I last went to Germany and I discussed with the guys in the labs that make these products, I was specifically told that the hardener in the oil, whether it's Ergo, Original or Spa, let's talk about Spa in a minute, that has been specifically designed to go into that 1 litre.
Yeah.
So if you were to add more hardener into it, you're going to be messing up the chemical balance altogether.
Right.
So that's been measured in a lab and been found to that ratio of part B to that ratio of part A is going to give you the protection and resistance that you need for that piece of timber.
I see.
If I'm going to add more hardener, it's going to take longer to dry, or it could do the opposite. It could dry too quick.
Right.
So as you're actually applying it, it's going to go real thick and sticky and gloopy, and
make it much harder.
it's not going to get its way into the timber because you need it to be. Its viscosity level needs to be quite high to get into the timber.
Right.
So if you're adding more hardener, you're actually making it more gloopy.
Yeah.
You're not going to get the penetration you need, and it's just going to mess up the chemical balance in there. So it's not going to know. You wouldn't be able to guarantee a floor if you were to double up on the hardener.
Well, that makes sense.
So it's mainly to do with the mixture that's been made in Germany, in Pallmann's labs, have been specifically made for that product.
Right. We say then, obviously, we mix the right amount to
Mm.
make sure, obviously, the chemical or the chemistry behind it
Yeah.
is going to make it work. What do you say then, obviously, is a 2K product? Why would I be better off using this 2K product than a 1K product?
Well,
Why the hardener is then,
So
what is the benefit of it?
the hardener is obviously it hardens the part A and
Right.
gives it more resistance
Right.
against say a component,
Right.
because one components haven't got any. So the isocyanates in component B helps it for dry quicker. So a benefit of a part B is for drying times.
When you talk about drying times, how long, if I, let's say I use the spa door top, well, how often, when can I use it? Once I
12 hours. So it's an overnight drying application.
Oh, that's not bad then.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So because if you think about the hardener that's been specifically designed for all of that high resistance of repellents to dirt, moisture and chemicals, they've also built it in to make it faster drying, because they've specifically been used for commercial areas like gyms, bathing areas. So it really needs that quick drying time to be for the customer to be able to get back onto the floor.
I see.
So 12 hours, and it's actually fully cured in 12 hours.
Oh, that's good. Do you think then if I do something like, let's say, I'm going to do an entrance for a house, or I'm going to do the kitchen floor, I think I mentioned this earlier, or a bathroom, do you think the spa would be most beneficial against using the normal oil?
Yeah. So I'd say that in an area like a kitchen floor specifically, where you have lots of types of chemicals flowing around, that one is going to be the best thing I'd recommend. And a bathroom as well for high moisture areas, definitely. I see what you mean about the entrance, because on a rainy day people are walking.
Exactly, they walk straight into it.
Yeah. What I wouldn't recommend though with the Magical Spa is having it right next to a Ergo or Original floor.
Right. What's the reason for that?
The sheen level is slightly more velvety than the rest of them.
Right.
We're not talking night and day here. We're just talking a little bit. So if you have a pedantic customer that's looking for bang on exactly the same, I'd use Spa through the whole floor. It's not going to hurt using it in the living room as well.
Alright, that's good to know.
But at the moment, Magical Spa is only available in 1 litre tins.
Yeah, I don't know that.
But
yes.
where the Originals and the Ergos are in 3 litre tins.
I see.
But yeah, that just debunks that myth of double hardener. It doesn't give you any more. It might give you the placebo effect of you, the applicator, and maybe the customer.
Yeah.
But realistically, the chemicals in there, you might not have not had any problems in the past, but it's not how it's been made to use.
I see.
Otherwise, they would have made the hardener even bigger if that was going to help the resistance, wouldn't they?
Yes.
Instead of 4-to-1, they would have made it 1-to-1.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I just remember one more then, and this is something happened a lot. The client is at home, and they're having a glass of red wine, and they spill it on the floor, and they didn't realise they spilled something on it. I notice over the past for experience, red wine actually goes through a lot of the finishes on the floor.
Yeah.
How is that spa compare with the rest of the products? Do you think it still happen?
Yes, it does still happen. You may have a bit more time
Right.
because of the resistancy in there. I haven't had anyone say that it's worked better or worked worse. But if we look at if we look at what's going on inside here, what it's being more resistant to, I feel that you have more time for it.
Right.
With any of the oils, they're not bomb-proof, like we say.
Yeah.
If a red wine is spilt, the wax coating on the top will stop it from penetrating, but that can only work for so long because all of the stuff in the red wine is going to be eaten at that and it's going to make its way through to the...
Yeah, that makes sense.
What you can do though is with the rest of the oils is you can localise a repair.
Yeah, I do know that. Yeah, I think that answered all my questions. Which
Cool.
literally then what he's saying is, whether you use the Ego or the Natural or the Spa, yeah, Spa is a bit better against moisture and all of that in wet rooms, but most part of it is all about educate the client then.
Yeah, educating the client, but with the whole magical range, there is a reason for each one of the magic oils.
Yeah.
And today, when we've just spoken about Spa, it's mainly used for wet areas, and it can be used for worktops. It's not specifically designed to use for worktops, but if we look at the accreditation that comes with it, it's absolutely fine.
I don't
to use for
understand obviously the
worktop.
chemical resistance and the moisture resistance. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, that's my questions.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
Well, thanks very much, Joao, for listening. Hopefully you guys have taken away some more knowledge. So today we've focused on Magical Spa. We've gone deep into it with Joe here from Art Clean. He's using it regularly, but he just had a few questions we wanted to answer, and hopefully it's helped you guys too.
Thank you.